Okay, today we're going to look at the mixed patterns. That means we're going to look at all the patterns that we've done so far so that we can be able to distinguish a pattern 1 sentence from pattern 3 versus a pattern 2 sentence so that we can tell them apart. And soon you're going to have a test over these, so you want to make sure that you have your notes. All right, so remember pattern 1 has a subject and a verb. Remember, all sentences have to have a subject and verb. Pattern 1 is the most basic. You have to have a subject and a verb. So let's look at our example sentence. Henry ran onto the field. Henry ran onto the field. All right, let's go ahead and label it. So take a minute to copy this down and label it. All right, let's check it out. All right, so you should have your subject, noun, verb, pattern 1 on the line or under the line with the P1. Henry is our subject. Who ran on the field? Henry. What's being said about Henry? Henry ran, a verb. Ran where? Onto the field. Notice how I said that as a phrase. So, pattern 1 can have prepositional phrases, adjectives, adverbs, all those things that we've studied so far except for direct objects and indirect objects. All right. Your slash goes between Henry and ran, and it's not an inverted sentence for those of you keeping track. And it's a declarative sentence. All of these sentences are declarative sentences today. Not always going to be the case. Excuse me. All right, pattern 2 has a subject, a verb, and a direct object. So the thing that we added into our pattern 2 was the direct object. So if it has a direct object and no indirect object, it's a pattern 2 sentence. So let's look. The little kids played baseball. Who played baseball? Kids. Subject, noun. What is being said about kids? Kids played. Verb. Put your slash between kids and played, and I'm going to show you here in a second a slide like we just had for pattern 1 with all the answers. But it's a good idea to try on your own. All right, so what is being said about kids? Kids played, verb. Played what? Baseball. Does baseball mean the same as kids? No. So it's a direct object. What kind of kids? Little. Adjective. Which kids? The. Article, adjective. And then on the line we have our SNVT. Oh, I forgot to say VT on played. And then it is a pattern 3 sentence, so it's a direct object on bottom and pattern 3. So let's go ahead and see our answers. Now, Mrs. Ear forgot to put the T here. So you need a verb transitive here because baseball does not mean the same thing as kids. Excuse me, my cold is not very helpful today. All right, pattern 3. Pattern 3 has a subject, a verb, a direct object, and an indirect object. All right, so go ahead and copy down the sentence. My mom passed me the pizza. Label it to the best of your ability. You should know all of these labels now. All right, and then let's go ahead and go through our question answer flow. So, who passed me the pizza? Mom, subject, noun. What is being said about mom? Mom passed, verb, okay, passed what? Pizza. Does pizza mean the same thing as mom? No, direct object. That makes her pass to VT, it's a verb transitive. Pass to whom? Pass the pizza to whom? Me. That is going to be our indirect object. The, article, adjective. Whose mom? My. Possessive pronoun adjective, also known as PPA. All right, on the line you should have SNVT on top. And then underneath is indirect object, direct object, and pattern 3. Your slash goes between mom and past, and it's a declarative sentence. Again, not an inverted sentence. It's a natural order. Okay, so there's your answer key there. Again, I forgot the VT. I got it on the line, but I didn't get it over here. Make sure you have your verb transitive. And now It is your turn. I would like you to write down these 3 sentences. I know this is a little longer than normal, but they're shorter sentences. So label the following sentences and bring them to class next time. So David slayed Goliath. Sally sang in the choir. Farmers provided us the food. All right, make sure you have your labels for the pattern because that's going to be how we know that you know your mixed patterns. All right, make sure you write these down.